I got Ever Oasis
I'm
and
not
Fantasy
live.
Life.
I'm not. Oh.
Too bad.
Okay, now I'm live.
Yeah,
Hi,
I
guys.
actually just got the notification.
All right. I know nobody comes in like at this second, so I hesitate on doing my intro until like everybody, moseys on in. Let me put it on Twitter because last time I forgot to put my stream on Twitter for like 30 minutes. So I guess that's why it was so dead. And that begs into question, why do I. Is all my stuff coming from Twitter? Why don't you advertise me, YouTube? You barely pay me.
Like I only ever get lucky off of YouTube rather than like them actually working correctly.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Hi, Danny. Or don't call me Danny. Danny.
So what do we call them?
His name is Danny.
But they don't want to be called Danny.
Well, too bad. He said that in his name. It's like when a person says, "Don't press that button." You want to put yes, exactly. Oh, so much tabs are open. Jesus Christ. Anyways, tweet has been tweeted. Hi guys, it's Mandy for MandyleePlays, and welcome to number 9 of the Mandy podcast. I'm thinking of condensing it to like T for the, M for Mandy, and S for show, P for podcast. So
Team MSP.
yeah, that'll probably confuse any. Okay, forget what I said. So, welcome, Danny. He's our first, and now when I have my first, I do a dab for them. So you're gonna have to dab too.
I have to dab too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
First in the stream, I do a dab. Okay, so this is for Danny. My dabbing skills.
Wait, do I have to go at the same time or
no? Me first.
Okay, you go first then.
This is for Danny. Thank you. Okay, go.
Now I go.
Yes. Let me see what a real dab looks like.
I'm gonna hit him with the that I guess. I don't know if that was good, but
that made mine look like weak sauce. My dog. Hi Kiwi.
Got, so.
Yo, indeed. And from the looks of the no replies, he probably was awkwardly leaving or something. I'm just playing.
You look like a thug with a shaved head. You know what? I'm gonna accept that as a compliment.
Did you see that in the chat?
Yeah, that's what Danny said.
Holy moly, my stuff is all in the open. You didn't tell me. Ah! What if I hit some personal? Okay, moving on.
I didn't realize that was like unintentional for some reason.
What? I mean, not that I'm trying to hide something, but
for some reason I thought it was intentional because of the layout being just like happened to be perfectly around the window.
Yeah, but I don't like to. Oh, I'm eating, by the way, guys. So I'm sorry.
Okay.
I had 10 million things to. You didn't let me know, yo. That was bad.
Well, too late now.
All right. So we're going to wait until a good portion of y'all mosey on over. Well, we got 5 watching. That's good. So let's start.
All right.
First topic. Pokemon Sword. Pokemon Shield. Did the I don't want to say direct. It's not. Did the trailer kind of reinforce your want of the game? That's spicy. Or that was spicy.
Well, now you know not to eat spicy foods right before a podcast. I mean, I guess if anything, while you cool down, I'll just talk about the Pokemon thing.
Yeah, but I have to give you the questions.
Oh, I thought it was just gonna be like what I thought about it.
Yeah, like, did more waifus? More waifus.
Marnie.
Gotta catch them all. Her shoes, man. Her shoes bother me to no end. They're
What
freaking
shoes does she have? I
spiked.
didn't even notice her shoes.
She has she has like heels, but her heel is a spike. And I'm like, she's gonna pop a hole every time she walks places. And I'm
yeah, I
like,
didn't even know.
can't.
I didn't look at her shoes. I didn't even notice that there was like a
You need a feminine brain. I don't know.
Maybe.
You can't walk in that. I'm sorry.
But I mean, I liked. It was only like a 2-minute trailer, so it was barely anything in it really. But I mean, I liked Doug Dimmadome wheezing, and I liked the
owner of the owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome.
Yeah, Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, I liked him. He looks funny, so you know, I was cool with that. And I like the Zigzagoon.
But are you like excited for the Galarian forms?
I mean, I think I prefer this Zigzagoon over the original, just because like I like the colors. But that's kind of it. Like it's just based on that alone. But you know, it's not all positive because Team Yell looks horrendous. They look like absolute garbage in my opinion. Like
Marlene's fandom. Do you think like it's a subtle jab at fandom culture? Like I see you, Pokemon. My dog, holy moly.
I mean, yeah, it kind of is. Like I don't know if they did that on purpose because they saw it coming. Like, oh man, people are gonna hate us for the national decks. We gotta get them back. We gotta plan this ahead and get them back.
No, not like the clingy fandoms, like how crazy they could get.
Oh yeah, you know what? It kind of reminds me of like K-pop fans. Have you seen those? No, you're not familiar. There's some of them. Okay, like K-pop fans are like super obsessed with like the idols that they like the
isn't that J-pop?
K-pop more so. Like J-pop does have that, but I think K-pop's even worse. Like in that same.
But aren't they mostly like male? I think
so, yeah. In K-pop, yeah, it's like mostly males, and then J-pop is like females, I guess. Like in terms of who's like the obsessed over ones, I guess.
But
Team Yellow just looks terrible in my mind.
But what about like their credentials? Like they're just a fandom. Do you think they're gonna be dangerous? Do you think that they're gonna rival kind of a organization? Like
no, I think I feel like they're just gonna be like, you know, like how Team Skull was just like not really the threatening group. They were just kind of like the really annoying thugs that just lived there. Like I think that's what they're gonna be. They're gonna be that, but for Galar.
Yeah, but looks are deceiving.
I mean, if they have a good story, you know, I'll be on it.
They could be low key.
You know,
they could low key be resurrecting all the legendary Pokemon that's ever existed.
Yeah, they could be, or they could just be a bunch of K-pop fans, basically.
Okay, well, Team Yell, like personal taste, I don't like it. They're going from that thug now to the rock. I'm like. It's like marine shoes. It does not work.
I mean, I like, you know, the rock stuff.
Yeah, marine looks like a good... Okay, let me get this out of the way. I'm done with, like, waifu characters for a while. The first guy, who I thought was a girl, and I thought was older because he had, like, wrinkles from the looks of it. I thought it was a girl, so I'm like, oh my god, they're going crazy with all the girls, and it's gonna be catch all the waifus. No national decks, you got the waifu decks. Like, something like that. Crazy. But, yeah.
I just think, like I don't... What's up?
Oh, I'm just gonna say hi to the people who put on chat. Alright, hi, Focus on Me, and I said hi to Kiwi, hi Nanji Senpai, always nice to see you. You're in most of my streams, so cool. And hi F1, you're another regular, cools. And Danny, you know Danny Phantom, he's a phantom, Danny Phantom. See, Focus on Me, like, she thought the first guy was a girl, too.
Who,
The first
B,
rival?
right?
Yeah,
B?
Bay. Even with, I thought it was Bay. I was like, wow, they're not even being subtle anymore.
I mean, I wish they had like the what do you call it, the audacity to do that. Like, I'd be just impressed that they didn't had the
They were just getting to the point. I liked it.
yeah, I'd just be impressed by it at that point. But I mean, it looks okay. Like, I'm not too crazy about him as a rival. I'm hoping that his personality is interesting because design wise, he's okay. I guess like he doesn't look that
He
interesting.
looks like that. The what's the gray of rivals, like he's
Amanda, put on your clothes.
okay. Just ruined the mood.
I mean, like, what are you trying
Like,
to say?
is he the blue?
Oh, like a
was-
mean rival kind of thing, or
but not mean, but more like
a strong rival, like the good one.
no, like the person who knows more than you. What are they called? It's on the tip of my tongue.
The senpai?
No, the ego narcissist. Okay,
The narcissistic one?
you're supposed to help, not make me
Egotistical?
like the D bag. Okay, he's a D bag. He
The
gives me
mean
that.
one, yeah.
No, but not mean. Okay, yeah, D bag. We're on this level.
But I get what you mean. You know, I get what you're saying.
Mandy's abuelita. No, that's my mom. Close.
Nice
Good
buck
on
up.
this.
Thanks, man.
Good on the Spanish. Oh, hello, Matt and Relaxing FG. Welcome to the stream. So yeah, as I was saying, he doesn't look like, you know, he's low key plotting some scheme or something, or more like he's a good person. He's just a d bag.
He's just like overconfident, I guess.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the freaking name of those stereotypes. The Sasuke's, You're really not. You're really not helping.
I
Okay.
don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hello, broke boy. Double D bag. Yes, he's a double D bag. Let's just say that.
I mean, if he's that kind of character, I'll like him.
Yeah, me too. But I feel like it's more like, I don't know. I feel like they could do more with him. Or
They could.
Marie. I don't know what kind of role she's in a gang. Let's not rule that one out.
Well, she's not.
She's
Like,
not
at least
goody.
from what I understand, she's not in the gang.
Oh, so that's even creepier. They're following.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, she just has like really hardcore fans.
They even have like freaking like banners, and I would be like, leave
It's
me
like-
alone.
It's like a celebrity going somewhere, and then they just have all their crazy fans with the signs and all that. Like, that's basically what that is, I guess.
Yeah, but I would be so like weirded out. I don't know.
Yeah, but I'm guessing Marnie probably is a character that just doesn't think about it or just doesn't care all that much. Because she doesn't look like the type that would, I don't know, care so much about that sort of thing. Maybe. I don't know. But
I think she knows. I think that she's gonna low key like come out of nowhere with something. Oh yes, arrogant. Focus on me, got it right. Arrogant. Yeah, there we go. So she's all like, oh, you know, I'm just trying to be a normal girl, living my own life. I don't want to be famous. Just look at me like a normal girl. And then she's gonna turn around and be like some evil bitch and like try to rule the world.
I think like I don't know. I feel like you're gonna have a situation where the president is the bad guy.
I'm so done with that.
Like, I feel like that's what's gonna happen. Like, I don't know if that's like
We all know
obvious.
companies are bad. Pokemon, but you know,
Maybe that's Game Freak's way of low key telling us.
I want a gang that's actually threatening, not just creepy. Like, oh, Team Yell. No, Team Stalkers.
I don't know. Like,
Team
I liked it when they
Creepers.
did it with Team Skull because we had like what, like 3-4 games in a row where like the bad guys were like, oh, I'm gonna destroy the world and do this amazing big scale thing, and then Team Skull is just a bunch of idiots. So
Oh,
like, I liked them because of that. It was just different.
Kiwi mentioned that Leon is gonna be the villain. I've been seeing that theory circulate, and I like it. He looks like he's hiding something under that smile.
Who's Leon again?
The all-time champion of the region,
Oh, okay.
like the Cynthia of Galar.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could see him because we never had like a
Like the
a
champion
villain.
bad guy.
Yeah, that'd be cool. And then you have all 4 of them gang up. It'd be the most hectic. Yeah, it'd be weird. But
That'd be better than what I think is gonna happen.
yeah, because if you already like kind of know what's gonna happen, then that's a bad story. So
It makes it predictable.
it's Pokemon though. I mean, they
Yeah,
don't
I
even
don't know,
try
'cause
anymore. So I don't.
I I just feel like they're
I
gonna
don't
make
know.
that president and that like secretary with no facial expressions just like the bad guys for some reason.
But I
Like they
really
come off
want.
that way to me.
I really want the story to be something special since the graphics aren't nothing special or anything. So that's where they could really shine. And the trailer kind of gave me that hope because the characters, the rivals looked interesting. So it gave me like, oh, the story might be interesting. You know, something new from Pokemon. Gonna go in the characters. We got Leon and theories. It's probably gonna be something good. You know, I still have my hesitations with the game, but it kind of gave me a little bit of hope that, you know, I vibe with this more than I did before. And, you know, that's cool. So, I'm still going to buy the game anyways. But now,
Right.
I'm at least a little looking forward because maybe the story is going to be not like Shakespearean freaking drama, but, you know, something different from the Pokemon kind of rhetoric. You got
Right.
the team, you got the legendary, and you got the team trying to rule the world or kill the world or resurrect the world. I don't know. The one from Black and White is the best story for me. So I hope that they take that and kind of do something with it. All right, we don't got no national decks, but we got this drama story that's full with plot holes and twists. Not plot holes, but twist. And, you know, maybe I am, you know, asking for too much because it is Pokemon at the end of the day. But it gives me hope. And that's what I got out of the trailer. A little bit of hope. At least it wasn't like, oh my god, this game looks even worse than before.
It was more positive than negative, right?
Yeah, we got some really cool Pokemon. We got some new Pokemon. Like Zigzagoon looks like a skunk. He's so cute when he's Zigzagoon. But when he evolves, he kind of looks like... I like my cute Pokemon, I'm sorry. And then Weezing is a poison... No. Yeah, a poison... No.
Poison fairy.
Poison fairy, which is weird. I'm like, this thing ain't cute.
I think
I know.
the logic I think the logic because like if you look at its like little entry, I think it's on the website, but you look at the entry, it says that it eats or like it like in breathes in toxic air, and then when it comes out from the top it's clean air.
So
it's like
he's a
natural
purifier.
fire.
He's a filter.
Yeah.
I need that in my room, so...
So there you go. Get a Galarian Weezing. Easy.
Drop a
Easy
Weezing. There could be a
But,
commercial. Oh, that'd be so cute. Like, they had a commercial where, like, the Weezing would purify your house of toxins, and they'd be like, get a Weezing. And put it right there. Yeah, so... I don't know. That was...
I mean... Like, I like a lot of what I saw in the trailer. I mean, it was only like 2 minutes long, but I think the Japanese trailer had like an extra minute because they showed like a feature that wasn't shown in the English one for some reason.
Of course, because, you know,
Japan.
America. Japan gets like, literally, if I go to Japan and look at all their Pokemon stuff, like a Pokemon Center, I'll be like, why isn't this stuff in America? Because they have some really cute, and they have the lucky bags. I don't know if you know, but every so often they pack a bag. It's like a mystery bag, and they send it off to people who bought it. And there's like random Pokemon stuff, and there's even stuff that's uniquely to the lucky bag. So if you're lucky enough to get the lucky bag, it's rare, but it's Japanese. First of all, so you're gonna have to import it. Second of all, it's already rare to begin with in Japan, so and I don't know.
Sounds like a real life loot box.
No, yeah, it does, but at least you're getting some value that's not game currency.
I mean, yeah, like they get some stuff. Although the good thing is that like even in the Japanese show, like the thing that they showed is still gonna be in the English game. You know, it's not like an exclusive feature or something.
Yeah, it's just that we have to like figure stuff out and translate. Yeah. You know the amount I bless anybody who takes the time and translate things, because that's like the equivalent of community service. Like you're doing a community good. So if y'all whoever translate, I don't think none of you are here, but thank you. I cannot watch my anime without you. I cannot read my manga without you. I can't be a weeb without you. So thank you, translators, for your translations. I know Kiwi is doing some Japanese language talking, but
like gonna be a translator, I guess.
He tries sometimes. I give him credit for that.
That's
and
cool.
Yeah, so okay, moving on. What were we talking about? Oh, Japanese lucky bags.
Well, I was just saying that they in the Japanese trailer they showed this little like this extra mode thing where you kind of just send Pokemon and I guess they earn XP and they bring back items after a while, like when they're gone and they come back.
Can you use the Pokemon? The Pokeball?
What do you mean, like the
one from Let's Go? The Pokeball?
Oh, you mean like take them with you like that? Yeah, it's kind of like that without having to like have one Pokemon with a Pokeball. It's more just like, oh, I pick 4 to 5 Pokemon and then I send them out on this little adventure and they go do their thing while you're playing the game like normal. And then eventually they'll come back and they'll have like items for you and they'll gain XP, that kind of thing.
Okay. Well, Kiwi said, "Oh, thanks for noticing. I do study." Oh, that's good. Hopefully you'll be a translator one day. You'll be up there with Miyamoto or somebody, and you'll be like throwing them.
You'll take Do Chunin's job.
Yeah, like just give us the news, and like save the epic stuff for later and tell them to me so I have intel. Okay.
You're pre-ordering your inside source.
Everyone has an inside source except for me. I'm so sad.
I mean, hey, no, I respect the hustle. I get it.
You have an inside source, multiple ones.
I do, yes.
Like, why don't you have one? But I don't even think I would be that person. Be like, okay, guys, I know this guy who knows this guy who knows this girl who knows this girl that has a cousin.
This is a SpongeBob quote, isn't it?
No, I probably. If it sounds stupid, it is.
That's it. Like I feel like I've heard that exact. Like I know this guy. I know this guy. I know this guy. I know this guy's cousin. Like I feel like that. I feel like I've heard that in SpongeBob somewhere.
Yeah. So but yeah. What were you saying? Lucky bags, Japan, studying.
Mission thing and Sword and Shield.
Oh yeah, the job system thing.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's just like a way for you to get items and XP for Pokemon you're not using.
So he was saying like it's kind of like the Smash Ultimates, spirits where you just send them off to.
Yeah, it's pretty much exactly the same thing. Yeah, it's
like,
exactly the same.
Are they a crew? That would be fun to see like their dialogue between them.
I don't know if they're talking.
They don't.
I don't even know if you can see it or not. Because like when you watch the trailer, they kind of like
leave.
They just walk off screen, and then your trainer's like, "Bye."
Bye.
And then they just come back whenever, I guess.
Okay, so, just like real jobs, I guess.
Yeah, like they come back after they're done with their 9 to 5.
That's depressing. We already put them through battles. Why are we not giving them jobs?
I mean, what else they gonna do?
Be in the Pokemon, relax.
Lazy.
I know Snorlax ain't gonna do anything.
That
Psych.
Snorlax will help.
Psych, I'm going back in the ball.
Yeah,
But-
well, that's your fault for catching a Snorlax and expecting him to work.
Okay, speaking of Snorlaxes and stuff, this new Pokemon has a hangry mode, which is just like, that's cute. And I'm like, why does this Snorlax have a hangry mode? Because he's a relatively chill Pokemon until he wakes up and wants to eat. Why does he... I'm like, Pokemon, just do a hangry Galean Snorlax. I'll buy it. You know.
That'll probably happen.
That'll
Yeah.
probably
Like they've already done a few things. You probably see Galarian Snorlax.
Yeah. So.
What if he turns into like a different type though? Like would you still be cool with that or like you wouldn't
I'm
care?
cool with anything Snorlax.
Okay, so what if they I don't know,
Like his move from Sun and Moon, the pulverizing pancake. That thing was dope. I always watch the animations for that.
what if they turn him into fighting and he starts to look like Machoke?
No, he has to look like Snorlax.
Okay, well that's what I'm
I
saying.
don't mind
What
if
they
he's
change him so
fighting.
crazy?
I don't mind if he's fighting. Just, you know, if he looks like Snorlax, because I know in the anime they have some episodes where he did some fighting, and like and he had the little headband. It's so cute. All right, derailed again.
I mean, like at this point, I'll take any Galarian form, anything, because I feel like all the Galarian form. They've only shown 2, but like they both look good.
We've got an air purifier and a skunk.
Yes. So maybe keep them in the same room in case the skunk messes up.
I don't think it's a real skunk, but it has the colors and the whole skunky vibe.
And then it evolves and turns into a 5-foot, like, bipedal member of Kiss.
Yeah, I've been reading that, like, it was inspired by Kiss or something.
That's what people were saying, but
I'm
I don't
like-
think Game Freak ever said that.
Game Freak, I don't know. They're
Like-
weird. It looks like it could
maybe
go.
they did, but...
It goes with the whole rock stuff. If it was
Yeah.
pink, if the girl version is pink, that would be dope. Because, you know, Team Yell has the black and pink. There's a heavy emphasis on black and pink, so... If it was black and pink, that would have been, like, an easy win for me. But, you know.
I don't know.
I'm shallow. Yes, I know.
I mean, I'm a big fan of Galarian Weezing, not because of anything other than he looks like Doug Dimmadome, and that's hilarious to me. So I just
Owner of the
that.
Disdale Dimmadome.
Exactly, Doug Dimmadome, owner of Dimsdale Dimmadome, exact same.
All right, so next topic, Shifty. Shift.
We're gonna shift over to the next one.
Do what it says in your name. You're not okay. Okay, moving on.
What's the next topic?
Walmart and their kind of stance towards video games as of late. Try not to get too graphic, but get to the point.
Okay. Well, I mean, so I'm guessing it's just, you know, about the whole like pulling advertisements, and I think it was like they also pulled demos too in like certain stores or whatever. For like violent games or like games that involve like FPSs, I guess. I think it's dumb. It doesn't make any sense to me, especially as a chain that on their own regularly sells guns.
Oh, but to be to be more accurate, it's not like every Walmart, and it's like just advertising. They did it with the games, but really in the Texas area where it happened, but it's more advertising, and it kind of stands towards video games and how it could easily be shifted as, video games are the problem without anybody looking at the damn problem, which is like 2 aisles over there, and they're selling like, questionable things. So, yeah.
I think, yeah, I mean, it's kind of just like a situation where, like, yeah, they're not doing it everywhere, and obviously they don't sell guns in every location. Like, I can guarantee, like, if you go to one in New York, like, you're not gonna find a gun, you know. But it's mostly just kind of like sends a message that, like, when it comes to these kind of travesties that happen, that they lean on the side of the game being at fault rather than, other things, whether that be like mental health or guns or whatever the case may be.
Well, to be frank, Walmart, it's not really the responsibility. They kind of just act on what's kind of circulating in that time. So the real person to blame is, carrot face Trump, who said video games were kind of the problem, and it's shifting blame, and it's like, dude, you're so out of touch. Why? But not to get too political, video games are now like being seen as violent, and you've seen a lot of memes where like, oh, I play Animal Crossing, does that make me violent, and stuff like that, which is, funny memes. But it's sad to see like something that I'm passionate about be twisted into this like kind of stuff that somebody did, which he could have been playing video games, yeah, but that had no impact in the like incident. It had more impact, I guess, by the culture of where he was, where it be, Reddit poll or whatever, it has more to do with that, not the actual video games. And I see more like, why I just don't understand why someone could put those two together and come to the conclusions that video games are the problem. Like, we're not in the 90s anymore. Like,
Yeah, and they've been saying that since even the 90s, and I'll be the first to say, like, I don't know what the solution is, so I'm not gonna, like, put out like ideas out there because I don't know. I'm not, an expert when it comes to these like topics or like these kind of like things that happen that are like involved with it.
yeah,
But what I do know is that there have been like a million studies about whether or not video games and violence have any correlation, and they don't. Like, they either find that it has no correlation or they can't find anything about it. Like, they just can't find anything to uh, make it substantial, or like just anything in general, I suppose.
yeah, and I
So
mean, it could be said about movies, even
yeah,
books. Like, I don't get why it's like video games, but that's coming from a president who doesn't know what he's talking about. So take it with a grain of salt.
I
Like,
I don't know, because like we could just say like, oh, it's Trump, but like they've been saying this even before Trump. Like they've been saying, like, these older politicians have been saying it since like the 90s.
yeah, but if your president is like so out of touch with reality that it kind of feeds into those people's mindset that maybe it is a problem, when like, no, we're just shifting backwards.
Yeah, I know. I mean, if anything, like if the president like agrees with it, he's kind of just like amplifying that message to like a big massive extent.
Yeah, and a lot of people just don't believe it, or
I feel
really,
like it's mostly just like much older generations, and like
yeah,
just
but that's like
much
insult.
older generations just
That's like an
feel
insult
like that might be a thing.
to older generations, because my mom don't feel that way. My dad don't feel that way. Like, a lot of older people and people, boomers, I guess, don't feel that way. It's mostly because, the people who have a problem with it. It kind of, what's the thing called when I forgot the term. Why am I forgetting such important stuff right now? It kind of amplifies your stance if you're like on that whole video game problem stance. So, which is a minority, like really, especially when you got like games for all types of people. There's
like I do like I see what you're saying. I still do think like it is mostly older generation because I do know like a fair share of older people who used to think that. Of course, you have like your more educated on the topic. Like
yeah,
I guess
mostly because they didn't know or like it was new, but now it's like
yeah. But even like I think like this you're probably gonna have like the occasional person who's like much older. They don't spend much time online at all. Maybe they don't even use the internet, and they see Trump saying that on TV, or maybe they hear about it in TV, and they just take it because that's all they really look at. So it's
I would feel so bad.
yeah, like that's why I feel like people like us, like our generation, people a little some older than us, some generations older, generations younger. We know that video games causing violence is just not true. Like that's just not a thing. But I feel like people who are like in their 70s are the people who are like.
I think that's an insult to the people. I'm just playing.
I mean,
but
credit to those who know better than that, But I feel like it's the ones that are like that, older, that are a little out of touch, and they don't keep
conservative. There you go, conservative. Anyways, Keela asked, "Did you see what Reggie tweeted? Did you see what Reggie tweeted?" I didn't see.
I'm assuming it's the tweet about the gun statistics, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Can you what did he say?
Man, if I could find the tweet. Yeah, it's he gave like specific statistics about like why that's just not the case. I can read it off. I just found it here. If you.
The originator has spoken.
Yes, he has. But yeah, he says that when the ill-informed are being critical of the gaming industry and community, this is a very powerful story. The facts are that countries with higher per capita gaming revenue have fewer gun shooting deaths, except the U.S., where 4% of the population own 43% of the gun. And then he shares this graph about like video game revenue on like different territories and the compared with like the gun related deaths, basically kind of showing like that there's no correlation between
I
the two.
mean, yeah, I don't know what happens in Japan, but they're kind of a big spot for video games, and I don't think they have like 3 shootings in a row.
Yeah, in fact,
blame it on video games. I mean, waifus maybe, but
yeah, like the biggest like territory for games is actually South Korea.
I see that.
And South Korea, like if you look at the graph, like it just basically has nothing in the gun death side of things.
Yeah, so it's BS. So, but we all know that, and anybody with a mind knows that too. So, I just wanted to talk about it because it's kind of like insulting having your passion like being connected to something so like horrendous. Like no. It's like when I don't want to say, but when someone shouted PewDiePie when they did something, like they didn't want like it's that feeling of ugh. Stop, don't tie me into that. I don't play
you can
video
imagine
games.
how like Felix felt during that.
Yeah, like I don't play video games, and for violence or anything. And I know a lot of people don't. So it's more has to do with that one. There's always a bad apple. Now, don't get me wrong, but that doesn't have to do about video games. It has to do about like the culture, what the person's psychological is going on in their head, and the lack of health care when it comes to mental health, and cracking down on gun purchasing, where you can't just walk into Walmart and get one. You kind of have to go to a specialized place, go to classes, take a psychological exam, give a legit reason, because I know a lot of people will be stopped because they don't have a legit reason to have one. Oh, because I want one. Okay. Like, there is like, it doesn't take a genius to see what's going on. And it's just sad that everyone's like so up in arms because they think the Second Amendment's gonna go away. Like, no, it's not. It's gonna be more stricter, which is good. We don't want military grade guns and civilians. My thing is, if your gun is better than the police officers, then you got a problem. You got a big problem. So that's just my stance. Sorry it got political. I usually leave that outside of my channel, but since I had to do video games, kind of had to dip my toes into my political leanings. So yeah. What about you, Shifty?
Me, in terms of like gun control and all that kind of stuff, I on like I don't know what the answer is. Like I definitely think mental health is a big part of it. Like I'm sure about. Like I'm pretty confident that it's a lot more to do with that than anything else, in my opinion. I just don't really know the answer in terms of the gun part of things because like
I don't either, but we all
yeah, like,
have our like opinions on it. So like,
yeah,
what you think might help, because at the end of the day, I have no say, you have no say, but we could still kind of try to understand things and think of ideas that'll make it better at least. That doesn't mean it's gonna make anything happen.
yeah. I mean, if that's like if I had to, make it like if I was like making a decision about what to focus on the most, I'd say like mental health is probably for me the most important factor in that whole thing. So probably that more than anything. Like I would think like to focus a lot on that and make sure people are,
But like,
okay, essentially.
that's probably the hardest thing to accomplish because our healthcare is already trash.
Yeah.
So the best thing you could do is like tighten up the gun, like where you sell them, and do all that first while fixing the problem of why these shootings do happen so often, so frequently, violence, and why these people think it's so, like, in their heads they thought it was okay when it's not okay, especially the rhetoric comes from a very dangerous rhetoric. So yeah. We need more people on a 4chan poll. Sorry. Maybe I could crack down further on that. Like, oh. No, but there's people who, like, low key just go there to, like, investigate. Probably I shouldn't be saying.
Investigate what? Like,
what, those channels have to say.
oh, you're talking about, like, those
Like,
those channels that are, like, mostly political, or?
No, not political per se, but, like, more to understand what. Because there are some, like. The normal person's not gonna go in there and.
You saying like they do like research into it, I guess?
Yeah, or they kind of like I don't know. Maybe it was just that one video I saw where like I don't know. Conversation is always good. Yes, it is. It's just sometimes I don't really like to get political because that's, again, it's not my channel, but sometimes politics, even though you want politics out of stuff, it's everywhere. If you're dealing with people, it's everywhere. So yeah, I find culture most important. I grew up around guns in both positive and negative ways. Oh, this is by Kiwi, by the way. But my mother was an idiot and didn't raise me to be one. So I'm not. Yeah, my mom ain't no fool either. Saw something bad, she cracked down on it.
Yeah. If anything, it sounds like they were just you know, they had guns, sure, but they were responsible with them, you know.
Yeah, there are people who are responsible with their stuff
Right.
and who just use it for self-defense or to protect. Or
Some people just collect them, you know.
I that's not my hobby, but
Like I without naming names, I have a friend who used to collect swords.
yeah, but no one's gonna go into like a place and samurai people.
Oh yeah, no, like you're not gonna see like I'm not gonna go to Central Park and watch two dudes duel it out with katanas, but yes, like
That would
people
be
still
cool
gonna
though.
have, people are still gonna collect them if anything, you know.
That would be cool though.
I mean, it would be cool, but then again, also probably very like you probably need paramedics, you know, like
Oh,
yeah,
like
yeah.
seriously? I thought you meant like playfully.
I mean, I'm even playfully like if you have two real katana blades and you're playing around, like you might still get an injury, you know.
Those things must be huge.
Yeah, it's like the one my friend had was maybe like
That's a mini katana. There's
no.
katana.
I'm
That's
trying
like
to,
I'm
I'm
thinking
like,
of Sephiroth's katana.
oh yeah, Sephiroth is a little ridiculous, but but it was a fair size. It was a fair like a average size katana, I guess.
All right. Well, that's my take on that. And there's a lot of stabbings in Europe.
Yeah, cause
I don't.
they don't have any guns. So what's the next thing they would use, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of people saying, "Oh, if you can't buy it at a store, they'll probably buy it anyways." I'm like, okay, you gotta understand, people are lazy sometimes. It's easy to get for a reason. That's why a lot of people have them for a reason. But I guarantee if it was harder to get or more like intensive, you have to put time, effort, classes, stuff. A lot of people won't. They'll be like, well, okay. But yeah. So that's my 2 cents on it. Let's not dwell within it too much because, like I said, it was just a comment made by the president. Yes, but take it with a grain of salt.
If anything, we're just out here trying to play some games, trying to chill, play some games, and wait for Animal Crossing to come out.
That's true.
So
I'm playing Dragon Quest Builders, and I just have the urge to go punch the next person next to me. No, I'm just playing.
yeah, I get the uncontrollable rage playing Fire Emblem.
Well, I get rage, but like gamer rage, not like.
Yeah, well, I mean, this Fire Emblem, I haven't had any actual rage in this Fire Emblem because Divine Pulse just kind of takes all that away. So, yeah, been pretty chill for the most part.
All right, well, next topic. Take it to you, Shifty.
Okay, but
Twitch.
what is the? I don't have any written down topics.
Twitch, a certain ninja.
Oh, okay, right. See,
Whack.
maybe we should write this down more.
I do.
I don't have it.
Oh, I should have put in the description.
Well, yeah, the whole ninja Twitch thing. So apparently, I mean, I'm pretty sure like if you weren't demonetized before, this topic would probably demonetize it.
I would get like 12 cents anyways. I could live with that. But with that being said, if you want to help the stream, donations are on the bottom because, yeah.
Yeah, topics like these, kind of
are thick. I mean, it's like, again, 12 cents. It's like,
they're too spicy for YouTube. They want to keep their 12 cents.
Yeah. But if you want to help me out, you know where to do it. Thank you. Okay, but, you go.
Yeah, going back to the whole ninja thing. So apparently, because if you guys weren't aware, like Twitch has been being kind of petty ever since Ninja left Twitch to go to Mixer. They've been using Ninja's account to kind of advertise other streams without Ninja like giving permission for that or like just being cool with that or whatever. So he has like no control over any streams they show off on his Twitch channel, right?
Why
So
don't they? Why doesn't he shut down his channel?
that's the thing, because the URL still goes to like a thing where it mentions like, oh, Ninja's thing's not here, but here's some other streams.
Oh, but that's not technically his page. That's like,
I mean, they're still using his URL though. That's the thing.
oof.
That's why it's a little like some people, like, it's arguable. You know, some people will argue like, oh, Twitch though, they get to do that. Some people argue, like in the case of Ninja. Regardless, you know, that's just like what's going on. You know.
Because like if my video is playing, I have like recommendation videos on the side. Some of them are crazy, or like not like what Twitch did, but
Yeah.
you know, it depends on your history, all that. Maybe it's something like that.
Right.
Well-
Maybe. I mean, it'd be like if someone went to go click on your channel, and instead of seeing your channel, they saw other people's channels instead.
I would be pissed.
That's basically what that is. What they're doing. That's like the equivalent.
Don't take my name into something that I don't like say yes for.
Exactly. Like, and that's pretty much why some people feel the way they do with Ninja, and why Ninja feels the way he does about the recent thing that happened. Because apparently, one of the, I don't know if it was yesterday, it was fairly recent, but apparently one of the one of the Twitch channels that like Twitch was like advertising on Ninja's page was streaming porn.
Put adult content.
Yeah. Adult content.
You gotta think of ways to bypass certain words.
I feel like YouTube was gonna demonetize it regardless.
Yeah, but let's not like put my, you know. Anyways, go on. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Okay, well, the adult content, right? Apparently, some people, I think like some people were saying like it was photoshopped or something. So I tried like going onto Twitch and finding the Twitch channel name that apparently, you know, was streaming the adult content, and I can't find it. It's not on Twitch anymore. So either that account, there's only like two explanations I can think of. Either the account was taken down because maybe they were streaming the adult content, or maybe it was photoshopped, but it was like the channel just never existed and it just put a fake name or something. I'm leaning on the side of it being real because I feel like if a channel that big was advertising for like another channel that was like one of the first ones there streaming that kind of thing, that must be what, like 10,000 people who probably saw it. 10 to 13,000 people.
My question is like if it was photoshopped, the picture could be photoshopped. That means the first video could be like plastered over what they wanted to put.
Right.
It's not necessarily on Twitch where they photoshopped it. It's more like they took a screenshot and photoshopped something on there. That's what I'm like thinking.
Yeah, I mean the idea is that if the maybe you could use like the Wayback Machine to figure out if the channel really existed at any point, but if the channel had existed prior to that, then it's probably the case that they did stream the adult content and Twitch just banned the channel. You know?
Well, I would like to say something that I've been saying a lot, especially towards Ninja when I talk about him, is that drama gets you no matter where it's from. Like, for instance, he said he doesn't want to stream with females because that brings drama and all that. Case in point, right now, drama comes to you no matter what you try to do. The only thing you could try to do is put it in control once you see it, how you react to it, and you know, honesty. But I just feel like he should be more, not tolerant to all that, because nobody should be tolerant to all that, but like he should be more aware that drama doesn't only come from streaming with girls or whatever, or stuff
I think
like
he
that.
knows that though, because when he said the whole thing about like streaming with girls, he was talking about he did that out of respect for his wife, not really because he wanted to like avoid it wasn't just because avoiding drama.
It wasn't respect to his wife. I'm sorry.
I mean, you may feel that way,
there's a lot of YouTubers who have wives, husbands, who still interact with the opposite.
Yeah, but they might feel differently about it. That's the thing. Like
yeah,
maybe
but
Ninja
it's
feels
maybe
differently.
the thing is, it's clearly because of his brand. It has nothing to do with his wife. I don't really think it does because he was in the public eye for a while before he started that. And he's been with his wife for a long time. So, I don't think it's because of her. It's more because of his brand. That's just being realistic. That's why he was so kind of backseat when it was like still when videos were still being recommended, but they weren't bad. When something is bad that's to his brand, he kind of cracked down on it right then and there because that's his brand.
yeah,
I understand. I mean, I don't want my name to be thrown on something I don't like, but that's why I don't think it's because of its wife. It's because of his brand.
I mean, when it comes to the adult content thing, like I do agree it's a brand thing. I just don't know if because he reacted this way in this situation that in this completely different situation that means it's the same thing. It might it could be the case. Like I'm not Ninja. I don't know what he's feeling, but
no,
it could also just be
he just doesn't.
Like I said, it could be a brand thing, or it could be like he just feels differently.
Yeah, but like I said, with his whole policies or stuff to keep the drama away, you can't keep drama away. It's gonna find you. All you could do is just be honest. Don't feed into the drama and stuff. But I don't know. It's just like a kind of cautionary tale where doesn't matter who, doesn't matter what, drama will find you. So you have to nip it in the butt. That's like haikus, man.
I mean, yeah, like I said, I agree with the whole thing of just, and it's funny too because he has to apologize and address that because it has his name on it, but it's mostly on Twitch's side that even happened.
I mean, if it was anybody, they would be offended. If someone posts that on my channel, I'll be like,
exactly.
Who I'm gonna have to slap?
I just hope people acknowledge that this is not a situation where Ninja did something stupid. It's more of just Twitch did something stupid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot of people saying it's not solely on Twitch. It's photoshopped. So there's a lot of things that people don't know, but they should have just left his channel alone when he moved to Mixer or whatever.
I'm kind of curious to see if I can use the Wayback Machine and see if that Twitch channel existed prior.
Well, come back to us with your findings.
I'll probably do that on Twitter later on or something.
Shifty investigates.
Because if that Twitch channel had existed and then just disappeared after the whole Ninja thing happened, then that just makes it look pretty obvious that actually did happen.
Illuminati. Alright, Detective Shifty. You're on the case. Well,
I'll do my best.
Now we go to the Q&A portion of the stream. So you do your Q's and I'll do my A's. So that was pretty clever. So somebody give me a question so I don't feel like a dork per se. But you gotta get.
Someone has to supply the cues for us to give the A's.
But while I wait, if you like the stream, hit that like button. No, don't hit it. Smash it. We are not gonna leave this stream until we have. Let's see how many likes do I have.
5,000 likes.
Yo, we'll be here forever. We have 6 likes. What is this? That's noob numbers. Let's get
6?
to.
I see 7.
Oh, I have to refresh my page.
Try. Maybe I have to refresh mine too.
But those are still noob numbers. Let's get to at least 16. So.
Yeah, see, I refreshed it and got 8 now.
This ain't no 100 sub channel anymore. It's 1,000 sub channel.
Oh my.
Oh my. What? I've been thinking, I gotta
assert your dominance.
No. I gotta tell them like it is. Leave a like. Like it.
You gotta do that thing that like the bigger YouTubers do, where you just yell smash that like button. You
Yeah,
give
I
it the
say that, but
big.
there's only so much you can do. Like, oh, ring the bell, smash the button, like the like, tweet the tweet. Yeah, but at least like, so we don't get these noob numbers. All right. So Kiwi asked the question. Y'all heard about the Switch version 2? Did we already get a revision? And
Are
or
we
the
talking about
new?
the?
Oh,
We're talking about like the one with the CPU change with the battery and all that.
there's an extension to the question, and or the new display that's been announced.
Okay, so I did hear about the display thing.
Where am I living under a rock? I didn't hear about that.
The
Some
display
Nintendo
thing.
tuber I am.
The display thing is kind of cool, but we're not gonna see the effects of it in a while. I don't think because they kind of just like they changed what screens they're using for the Switch from like one company in Japan to this other more like uh I guess modern screen or something from like I forgot what company, but it's a better screen overall, like better quality, that kind of thing. Uh, I don't know much about it. I don't know if it's gonna be something for like a revision of the current Switch or if it's gonna be like for the next real new model of the Switch or something. But that was something that they mentioned that they got a
Well,
better screen.
so it's not software; it's more hardware. Like the screen's gonna be better.
Yeah,
Like the
it's a
bevel.
hardware thing.
Oh
Like
my god.
whatever company that they were getting their screens from, it was like some Japanese company that's supplying the screens now. But apparently they switched it to a different company that just makes like higher quality screens, I guess.
A
I
Switch
don't
Pro. Dun, 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 dun,
maybe
dun, dun.
I don't know. It could be Switch Pro. It could be just like another
I don't
silent
know, but
revision.
I don't want a silent revision. Like I don't think they'll do one twice. That's kind of like ridiculous.
Maybe I don't know.
Oh,
I'm not sure how
three
many they
hundred
can do.
dollars you get more battery. Another $300 you get a better screen. It's like no.
Isn't that what Apple does?
Apple is special,
That's what
but
phone companies do. If anything, like any phone company technically.
yeah, but phones are weird. Where like you could trade in your phone, get a new one. Anyways, either way, I honestly would love to see a new screen on that because I'm sorry. The Switch is a lot of things good, but if you take the Joy-Cons off, that thing looks ugly. It looks naked, it looks ugly, it looks vulnerable. It just doesn't look like a something nice. It looks more like a tablet that they didn't finish making. So, if you put the Joy-Cons, it looks fine. But once you take off the Joy-Cons, I'm like, ew. It's like an ugly tablet. Dude, I wish they had, like, the iPad type of tablet look without, well, not the fancy OLED screens and all that, but...
Yeah, that's gonna make it like 800.
I just want the screen to be kind of what they're doing with, like, the phone. Where it has the whole thing is kind of
like bezel less.
yeah,
bezel.
like the infinity screen type of thing going on.
I think that's like I'm assuming because phones are expensive compared to
Oh yeah, but that's just what I want to see. Not like an iPhone, like the features of the screen, but the look. I want it to look, nice and crisp and clean, not like it's an HD TV from 10 years ago. You know which the ones with the big, uh, the big borders. You know how old the TV is by the size of the borders. If it's big or thick, it's an old TV. Nobody likes those.
I would say like I don't have for me I don't have much problems with how it's just how it looks. Like I just want it to be like if they make a new screen, I would the best things I would say for myself would probably just just make the bezel smaller and maybe 1080p.
I don't get why, because Tether Gaming is saying that it's too expensive to make a bezel-less Switch. Like, I want to know what the bezel does. Like, how does it impact?
I'm not a hardware guy,
Me either.
but I'm just going off of the assumption that like because phones, they're like what $800,000 or whatever.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about the features of the screen. I'm just talking about the look.
No, I know, but I'm thinking like that it would. I'm not a hardware guy, so I don't know like what about it would make it that way. But I'm assuming like to get that to happen, there has to be like some kind of hardware thing that makes it possible, I guess. And
Well,
maybe that would like make the cost like higher, I guess.
Tether Gaming said they have to fold the displays to get shrink the bezel for LCDs. It's crazy expensive. Well, I didn't know that. I just thought it was a design thing.
Yeah,
Not really.
Like, it's kind of like I guess where my dad will see a small like he'll see like a small game like let's say like a 3DS game like I have here. He'll see this and go like, "You spent $40 for that little thing?" So it's like it's one of those you don't realize it if you don't really know like the tech behind it, I guess.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
but I just want to know like what makes a bezel like there. I just thought it was design wise.
Yeah.
But now people are saying expensive. I'm like, wait, what? It says there's screen under the bezel, like the 2DS, for instance. It's all one screen. They just programmed the pixels to be active.
Yeah, that I do know about. I heard about that. Yeah.
Oh, I never heard about like
Yeah,
active.
like the 2DS to make it cheaper, it's just one big screen that's just separated by the.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know that, but I could see how that would be the case.
Yeah. So I guess that's like part of the thing. Like it would raise the cost. I don't know by how much it would raise the cost by, but it would make it more expensive, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know like the ins and outs of bezels. I just know that I don't like the thick bezel. I want that thing thinned out.
Yeah, I mean, I get
if we're
it.
going for a new screen.
Yeah,
like
I get it though. Like if it was possible and whatnot, like if it was feasible, like I would like that too. I would also, like I don't actually. There's not really much problems I have with the current screen to an extent. Like I maybe raising the resolution a bit, but I feel like I'm more concerned with just the hardware inside the Switch that's not the screen, just so games can run more fluid, you know?
Yeah, I thought it was just like an upgrade of like the visuals and stuff, like how it looks. Yeah. But
yeah, because I've seen like
it's supposed to run better. Then that would be cool. Have that crisp, HD looking thingy. Have it where, I don't. All in all, put Joy-Cons on your Switch because that thing looks ugly. Joy-Cons.
I mean,
it looks like a poor child. Like, no.
If anything, like, if the screen was 1080p, I know I've seen some people say that, like, if the screen was 1080p, it'd be a lot better.
Yeah, that would be
I would like that more.
Let's
honestly,
start with
I would. And then hopefully the hardware inside the actual system is, good enough that they can run the games at 1080p,
Yeah, I was thinking that, the Switch Pro, the stuff it could improve on, it's a 1080p screen. A nice, crisp, bezeled-free 1080p screen. That right there would make, like...
The dog seems to be into the idea, too.
That would make it, kind of like, oh, man, looks nice.
Yeah,
and make it thinner. A little thinner, but I don't think they can make it too thin because then that would be, like...
Right. If anything, like, I could live... I know, like, if perfect world kind of scenario, I would like all those things. But if I had to, like, live with the same kind of bezel, but, like, just 1080p or something, I'll take it,
It looks kind of clunky, but...
For me, it's more just, like, honestly, if the hardware is better inside the... Like, if there's a Switch Pro... If there is a Switch Pro, because I know, like, some people argue about whether or not it's a thing. But, like, if it becomes a thing, I just want the hardware inside the Switch to be more powerful. The screen could be almost more or less exactly the same, and I don't think I'd have that much, like, problems with it. I'm more concerned with the other stuff than the screen, I guess.
Yeah, the screen could be a nice touch if they improve on other things. But I think if they're gonna do 1080p screen, the screen itself has to change because
Oh yeah,
it would look really clunky, like small.
because they wouldn't like, because even if they could run the games at 1080p, if the screen can only do up to 720, then it's useless. Like it's not gonna be able to do it.
I would like for it to be more of a durable kind of plastic, but maybe that's asking for too much. I can like compare it to my iPad. Like I know it's two different things, but the screen has a more like a more sturdy kind of feel to it. Because when I like touch the Switch, it kind of feels like it's gonna bend or it's very flimsy.
You talking about the screen itself or the?
Yeah, the screen itself.
I think it's because like the screen on the Switch is plastic, and like
yeah,
on like most phones now and like tablets, they're glass.
Yeah, that's why it's like, why does my phone feel like more sturdy than my Switch?
Yeah, that's probably what it is, and that's one of those like things they did to make it $300 and not like a lot more.
Yeah. But now that we have
that's why
like
I got like a
different
on my
options.
Switch I have a glass screen protector on it.
Oh yeah, I've had that since day one on mine.
Yeah,
because of the whole scratching incident.
Yeah, I didn't even I legit never. I didn't even dock my Switch once without it.
Yeah, I have a dock sock, so it's even more protected from scratches. But I remember at first it was like this big issue. I was like so paranoid. Like I would literally dock it so slow. Dock it like so slow, like because I didn't want that thing to scratch. So.
Yeah, and it's mostly to do with the plastic screen. I mean, you got a tablet that's basically $300 compared to like these phones and other tablets that are like $800 to $1,000. So obviously, like, there's gonna be like some things that are cheaped out on by comparison.
Yeah, but one is a gaming console. The other,
the one. Yeah,
I see what you're saying, but they're meant for two different purposes. So like the Switch, while it might not prioritize all these fancy graphics and glass and stuff, it should at least go 1080p.
Right. That's why I'm wondering like how much more would it cost to make that a thing? Because whatever, I'm assuming like if when Nintendo makes the system, they're gonna be aiming for a price point, like they're gonna be hoping for like.
Yeah, but now that they have this family of consoles that are different prices, I think it's a good time to like unveil their most expensive Switch. Give us what you got.
Like they have their their cheap one, right? They have their regular one, and then they can have their their Ferrari model, the top of the line Lamborghini model.
I wouldn't go that hard, but.
Well, I mean, still though, you get the point though. Like they can have like their expensive one that has the crazy features and whatnot. It just depends on like even though it would be like hypothetically their most expensive one, it still kind of depends like how much do they want it to be.
My hair is so frizzy. Stupid Florida. Anyways, we're still in Q&A, by the way, so if you have your questions, I have your answers. Well, I try to. So, shoot.
Feel free to throw them at us.
Not literally.
I mean, that'd be very impressive to throw something all the way to Florida or New York.
And have it like, that's like chancleta level throwing.
that's like,
my grandma could probably do it. Oh wow, my description's so ugly. This is what you do when you rush to get a podcast. You have food. You didn't really pay attention to the description, but the content is still good. So give me your Q's. I'll give you my A's. A as in Amanda. I know some of y'all think my name is Mandy, but no, my name is Amanda. But sorry for the confusion.
Yeah, multiple personas.
Not really. They're both the same. Like literally, they're both like. Ask my sister.
I mean, she'd probably know better than anyone. I would assume. Yeah.
So, anywho's. while that's coming in. We have how many likes? 13 likes. Let's get to 16. Come on, we're almost there. We just need 3. We need just 3 more.
You make it happen, right?
Yeah,
so.
just take your buddy, say hey, like, no, I'm just playing. Like it if you actually like it.
Just spam it to everyone you know.
If that's what you want to do, let me. Portable X. You put that in the Discord, Kiwi. The portable Xbox. That thing is like made for nightmares.
Oh, is it that fan made one? Because fan made like renders always look awful.
But at least the screen looks kind of nice. The render, the fan render.
Because I've seen the render and it just looks like it's like whoever made it, and it's not obviously it's a fan made thing. It's not like actually from Xbox, but like they look like they just like took the handles off an Xbox controller, like opened up the controller like this, and they put a phone in the middle. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, it looks weird. But if they're gonna do a portable thing, I would suggest that they just make an app for the Switch and bank off that.
I feel like
because
that's more likely.
The Switch got the portable scene down to a science. Well, not a science. They mess up sometimes, but I don't think they will have much demand, if any. Like, no one goes for an Xbox for a portable.
Honestly, I think like the
Oh, and they need games. I'm sorry, they need games for the portable.
I feel like because the only time I've seen that Xbox render was only from like one website. I feel like I could be wrong, obviously, but I feel like that's a clickbait article. Like,
Imagine
I don't think
if it came out and it looked like that.
if it looked like that, then all right, fine. I'll admit to being wrong, but I feel like that article is a clickbait article. I feel like that's an article because sometimes like I don't know if you remember like when the PS3 was like the main system, and then they will have like those fake renders of like the PlayStation 4, and they'll make it look ultra sci-fi and like all like weird and whatnot. Like these like that's what that looks like to me. It looks like one of those.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like a real thing.
But besides the like rendering, like the thought of Xbox doing a portable, what do you think?
I don't think it'll happen at all.
They need to focus on the console they have.
If you were asking me when it was like the Xbox 360, then I'd be more willing to believe it because there was all these rumors at the time about like Halo having like a portable version and whatnot, and like the 360 was actually successful for like its generation and whatnot. I just feel like from where they are now and how they're putting games on systems, I feel like they're just gonna treat the Switch like it is their portable system because they're putting their games on there anyway.
Yeah, they're like, and plus Sony tapped out of the portable race with the Vita closing, even though it could have been really successful had they put time and effort, which I don't think Xbox would put no time nor effort or games because they barely do it with their console. So if that's any indication, there you go.
Yeah, like and like if you I don't know if it does it. I don't think it does it for Cuphead. Maybe it does or not. But I know if you try to play Minecraft on Switch, you need an Xbox Live account. Does it have to be?
Aren't those
like,
free?
Yeah, it doesn't need to be like a paid subscription. You just need an account, So it's like they already have their games on there. They already have Xbox Live on the Switch. Like it's just.
But I think a lot of people have a Microsoft account because of like their laptops, PCs.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Anyways, Kiwi also asked, also what software changes do you hope Nintendo does for the Switch? Make themes changeable, like designs for your UI. Change it into like a column. Change it. You just have more options with that. Have themes, colors, at least colors, not just black and white. Yeah, I'm very shallow. Everything I mentioned is cosmetic.
I agree with that. I'll add one more thing on top of that. Add folders.
Ew, I hate folders. The look of folders. No.
I need folders so I can throw away like demos into like one specific location or something.
I mean, there's folders on the PlayStation, and I hate looking at them. Ew. Just ew. I like having things in like a category, but maybe not folders per se. Kind of like Apple, how Apple does it, where you put an app in a group of apps and it's like a little app itself.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I would imagine that like it would be something like that, because that's kind of what the 3DS had. It had like that little folder thing, and then you would press it, and it had like all the other stuff inside of it. So
All right,
probably
well,
probably something like that.
Nanji Senpai said thoughts on old school games on the Switch. For example, the arcade archive Sega classics. We have the NESs, so I'm done with old school games. Like the furthest I'm gonna go is like Wii U, not the Wii era. Maybe GameCube is a good game. Remaster it, but I'm tired of like classics and all that. Just have a game that has them all. Just be done with it.
Yeah, I mean, I like classic games, but I buy the ones that. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people do that, where they just buy the ones that they're interested in, and the other ones they just ignore.
But
That's
I
kinda
think
what I
like
do.
Sega classics and stuff will do relatively good. But like how Nintendo keeps rehashing their NES library, I'm like, ain't nobody want that.
Like, I'm not big on like most like the NES games they're giving away. The ones are total garbage. Like, I don't care about them at all. At all.
But
But I have bought like a fair share of classic games on my Switch. Like, I have the Castlevania
yeah,
collection. I have
there's
Doom
like
1, 2, and 3.
there's certain classics like notable games, but I don't like the whole NES library thing. It's like, come on, how much are we gonna get of this? And now that it's like free with the online stuff, and they keep like giving out games like it's like this whole big thing, like, oh, we're gonna give you this and this. I'm like, I never heard of that. Most of us never heard of that. We ain't boomers here. Like, come on. Like,
Well,
honestly.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like those games like cater to like a very specific niche market.
Which is weird. You would think it would be like something catering to, oh yeah, there's Super Mario 3, but we also have Super Mario World something. Or, like, I wish it had more variety, like SNES, GameCube. Now we're talking with the GameCube, the Wii Music. Though I always wanted a Wii Music remaster for the Switch, so like Switch Music. I feel that. You know what Wii Music is?
Yeah, but I wasn't really big on it.
Nobody was really big on it, but I loved it. I would love a Switch Music. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Just saying, but you know.
I mean, I feel like GameCube and onward, they probably look at that as like, oh, this is HD remaster territory, and then anything before that, they're like, those are we can just port those.
Which is not bad. I mean, some games you will like the HD remastered treatment, like Paper Mario 1,000 Year Doors. They did it with Luigi's Mansion. They did it with a lot of games which come out better, like Twilight Princess, Wind Waker. But some games they could just literally port it. Nobody would notice.
Yeah, that's why I feel like they do that with. I'm hoping year 2 is something, but I doubt that. I don't know. I don't see NES Online or like Switch Online adding anything that's worthwhile. It's not something I care about. It's not, like, I'm not excited to find out like, oh boy, what's the new games I'm getting this month. It's just kind of like, oh, that's happening. Okay.
Yeah, and the sad part is like the Virtual Console did it so right. Well, not the way they handled it on the Wii. More like the Wii U the Wii U and the 3DS Virtual Console, where you just bought the game you want, and they usually had like, top seller games that did good or whatever. Because I remember I played the first Paper Mario, because it was on the Virtual Console, but 1,000 Year Doors wasn't there. Oh, okay. So, like, some games they might not look well, but people just want to play them. Like Mario Sunshine.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they could use a little tweaking on the mechanics, but I don't think anything big would be required.
Right.
Just want to play the
Like
game.
I would have a lot more issue. I feel like it's like almost the reverse problem that the Wii U had, because the Wii U had like a good amount of virtual console games. You know, they had a lot of different good games from different systems, but they just didn't have that many frequent good games coming out. Like you get like one good game, and then you would wait like several like 4 to 6 months for the next one, right?
Yeah.
Uh, that was like the problem with the Wii U, and I feel like the Switch has like the opposite problem where it's like we get some of the best games of this generation, and we get like exclusive games pretty often. Like we're not waiting 4 to 6 months per game, you know, like we're not waiting that long, but we're not getting virtual console like at all. We're getting like very bottom of the barrel like NES games, and like unless the only way we're getting games that are not NES is if like Capcom or like Bethesda themselves come and say like, hey, look, we're gonna put the game on there,
Yeah.
you know. So I feel like it's like the reverse problem. I prefer having the Switch problem because I'd rather have the new games coming out frequently and good new games coming out frequently than, you know, just mostly relying on like a virtual console. But it still sucks that
Yeah.
that's a thing, and I would like that, you know, eventually they do something about that. That's like one of the weaker parts of the system.
Yeah, like if they were like having this whole remastered collection for Nintendo, where they just remastered games and then put them on the platform for a cheaper price, that's not $60. And that'd be cool. It could be like the Nintendo classics, where it's just like the classics but cheaper.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
sounds like my dog likes that idea. Yep, he's a
yeah.
fan.
So Broke Boy said nostalgia is cool and all, but give me something new. Yeah, I mean we're getting like new stuff. Don't get me wrong. My wallet does not deny that, but for the classics, I think they're really looking at something that's actually classic, not really in the middle, because I'm tired of the NES.
I mean, people don't mind having classic games. You know, I love Doom. You know, I bought Doom because I like Doom. But like, people want classic games that they remember fondly and they really enjoyed. Nobody wants to play like soccer on the NES.
Soccer. Yeah,
No one
nobody
cares
wants.
about
We
you know,
don't
like,
want to play soccer on the freaking FIFA.
yeah, like play FIFA. Like no one who plays FIFA now looks back on their childhood and say, "Golly gee, I wish I was playing NES soccer right now."
Yeah, some of them are like, well, okay, what? Why are you even here? It's like we got the filler of the NES library when we just need like the top selling games. And I don't know. We need GameCube games on the Switch. Yeah, that we do need. I don't know
That'd be
why
nice.
they skipped it. Like they were all slick with the Wii U. I see you when I went into the Wii U store and GameCube was casually not there. I'm like, you're missing one, the important one. Why? But yeah, it needs
It'd also
it.
be perfect for the Switch too. Well, I mean, like a lot of people say, like, oh, everything would be perfect for the Switch, but like, because of Smash coming out, having a GameCube adapter, like the GameCube controller works with every game. It just doesn't have enough buttons for every game. So I think it'd be kind of funny if they put like GameCube games on Switch and just make it so that the GameCube controller is like compatible.
Yeah, that'd be
So that
cute.
way, you know, you're playing GameCube games on your Switch with a GameCube controller.
Can you put them on the sides like that? Oh, that's
Oh,
so
man.
ugly. Oh.
Then they have to make a whole new control. I ain't buying. I already got GameCube.
No,
I
but
got
they
the
can
Switch.
have like these little pads that I don't know, like I don't. They could at least have like the Xbox games, not Xbox.
Like
GameCube. No, GameCube games available on
Oh.
the Switch. I don't know how they're gonna do that, but
I mean, they could just
there's
all
some
they have to
heavy
do is
hitters.
all they have to do, right, is just make the game like have the same button layout if it's a GameCube, if it's a Pro controller, right? Because like if you plug a GameCube controller into your Switch and you play like any other game that's not Smash, it just recognizes it as a Pro controller. It just doesn't have enough buttons to play most games, you know?
I think controllers are like the least of the problem. It's more
No,
like,
I know that. I'm just saying I want that.
oh,
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like I know it's not a big problem. I know it's like not that big of a deal. I just would like that. I think that'd be cool.
the man wants his controller to work.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
If
some
you don't have
cute designs for the not the Xbox, the GameCube controller. There's some really cute designs. I saw this peach one. I was like, oh, if I used the GameCube controller, I would so nap this. But yeah, no.
Everyone who plays Peach in Smash probably has that controller.
No, it's cute. It's good if you're like a collector. No, I won't say that because.
Or if you're very proud of the character you play.
I mean, they don't have Zelda.
Yeah, but not a lot
They
of
don't
people
have
do.
a Lucina controller.
Have what?
A Lucina controller.
Do they have one or they don't have one?
They don't.
You could probably find one though.
But you have to go to like Etsy or something. And have to...
Yeah.
No. So, Metroid Prime Trilogy on Switch, please. I think they're gonna do a collection once like 4. What happened to 4? Kind of went into outer
They had to
space.
restart development.
Yeah, it just left outer space and never came back.
Because that game still got a long while before we see anything of it.
I respect the decision to like outright say they're going to do the game again. But damn, if I was a Metroid fan, I would have been crying.
I mean,
Like,
I'm a fan of Metroid, but I wasn't too like, I wasn't too affected by that at all because like my mindset was like, okay, I like Metroid. I'm not gonna see this game for a long time, right? And then they delayed it before I even could see the game, so I'm like, it just feels like the same thing to me. Because I never saw the game to begin with, so it never felt like it was close or anything. I was just like, okay.
Yeah, but I know like some Metroid fans were like, yeah, 4. Oh, we're gonna delay it. Oh.
Yeah.
Can you give us a collection? Nope.
Like I get it, you know. I like Metroid. I get it. It's just
A 2D platformer one? Nope. Damn, like the Metroid fans got like the shaft. Like
no. You know who gets the shaft?
who?
F-Zero fans.
What's F-Zero?
Exactly.
Okay. I was just being facetious, but yeah.
They're the ones that get it. I think they're the ones that get it the worst because it's not like so like it was just like we just can't think of anything.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, people like thought this was like a reassurance of Metroid. Like, she's coming back. Our Bae is coming back. Now it's delayed. No, I felt more bad because they didn't announce a trilogy set, a 2D platforming mini game. Nothing. You know, just like, oh wow, they were left dry. But Kiwi said, I am 99% sure of the trilogy. Well, Kiwi is my source, so...
I mean, it's been rumored for like, what, 2 years that they were going to do a trilogy Switch?
I mean, yeah, it's not really far-fetched, especially since
Yeah.
4 is coming whenever it comes.
Yeah, I feel like that's one of those more, like, safer rumors.
Like
that we can-
Bayonetta, like, we got 1 and 2. You know, for a decent price. I'm still, like, curious as to why Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze is still $60.
Because Nintendo likes money.
Yeah, but Bayonetta 1 and 2, that's 2 games, came for $60.
That's because they got away with the same thing on Wii U.
Yeah, but Tropical Freeze was on Wii U for like $20.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
It was
exactly.
a
Like,
Nintendo Select.
Bayonetta 2 did the same thing. It was $60 on the Wii U and came with Bayonetta 1.
Yeah, but at least you got 2 games, not just like Donkey Kong. And here's Donkey Kong again with Funky, $60. Even though the game was $20 on the Nintendo Select, like.
That's why I'm saying it's all that money. They just go like, wait, we know people are gonna buy it regardless. Let's put it for.
Bruh. Yeah, but you know that supply and demand BS that I don't believe in. Apparently, takes effect
I mean, hey, I mean they were right. You know.
It should have been $40 if anything.
Like it should have been, yeah. It should have been like 40, but you
Freaking
know they were
people
right
say
in
it
assuming
should have
that people
been
would buy it.
20, which okay, maybe not 20, but maybe 40 because it has Funky Kong chilling. That's an extra $20. Funky Kong ain't free.
Yeah, no, we worked. We worked the same amount of hours of Breath of the Wild, all on Funky Kong.
Yeah, no. They probably like had like an intern do it or something.
They got the janitor to work on it. Like, yo, man, you got anything to do? No? All right, hey, put this guy in the game. And that was it. That was the whole game. That was the whole development cycle.
Yeah, because it's literally the same game. That's it. It's the same game. It's not even like
Yeah, it's the same.
Tropical
It's
Freeze
funky.
with like another Donkey Kong game. I forgot the other one. But no.
What, Returns, I think it was.
Something they could have put there to spice things up. Or made it $40, so, you know.
Yeah.
But I have the game, so I'm the biggest hypocrite ever.
I mean, for me, like I have it, but in my defense, I never played it on. So.
Yeah, that was my defense. I was like, oh, it still hurts though. Like
if
seeing
you
that
were
game
someone
was
who bought it on
$20.
Wii U and then you bought it again on Switch, like yeah, you got
You got problems.
you got, you know. But I never played it, so for me it was like a new game. So
Oh yeah, Kid Icarus is a game that I want to see like the franchise, cause I haven't played Kid Icarus Uprising, and Amazon is like crazy expensive. And the funny thing is, I had the game, I traded it in. This is why I don't trade games anymore, because I don't know when, how, why I would want them. Just like I did Pokemon Black and White, Pokemon Platinum, Pokemon Diamond, my freaking Pokemon Heart Gold Soul Silver, traded in. Well, in my defense, it was when I was younger, had no money, kind of had to like. But now I'm just like, it's $60 on Amazon. Oh my god! I had the game. I had it in my hand, and now it's gone.
and you know, for like no reason, I just own like I don't know how much this goes for, but I still own Donkey Kong Country on the Super Nintendo.
The way Nintendo has been like streamlining the SNES and the NES, it's not much, and it's not gold, so.
Yeah, I mean it's in pretty good condition, but I don't know. I'll see. I'll take a look after this. But I mean, I don't know. Like,
Where did you whip that out from?
there's like a screen like right here. Like you can see it in the background. There's like this big thing here, and then there's just like a lot more of them on to this side.
Yeah, I want to play Soul Silver and Heart Gold, but they're like literally the price of a Switch game, which is not bad for a popular old game, but
You know, it's been so long.
paying a DS game for like $63 is like, what am I doing with my life?
I was just gonna say that it's been so long since an F-Zero game came out that if they made an HD remaster of GX, I'd be perfectly fine with that.
I want
Like-
a Kid Icarus.
Oh yeah, I would love Kid Icarus. I want to see
Uprising.
more of the I love the dialogue in that game. I want to
Oh,
see
yeah.
Palutena, Veridi, and all of them again, and just like
His waifu.
idiots. Well, I mean they're all idiots in that game.
Yeah.
Like the dialogue, they act like they're all children, including the goddesses.
Well, she's a child. Well,
Well,
I don't know how old she is. But...
Veridi's like, she looks like a child. She's one of those.
Oh, the questionable ones.
Yeah, like she's like she looks like a
Uh.
child, but she's really like thousands of years old. You know that whole thing.
She a child. Sorry.
Like I have other things. Like I see someone in the comments just said like Shifty has like a pocket dimension to the side of him. See, like if I reach again, like this, like I have this Smash Bros. Tattoo. They like, and it's like I have. And you know the funny thing is like if I reach again, I have two of them.
Wait, what?
Like I just have things to the side of me, and that's just how it is.
To the side. Okay.
Yeah, that's just how it is.
Back into the pocket dimension.
Yeah, right back in there. It's like it's bigger on the inside.
Pandora was my waifu from Kid Icarus. See, I want to play Kid Icarus Uprising.
What about Lady Phosphora? She's pretty good.
Wait, who are you talking about?
That's still Kid Icarus.
Oh.
Yeah.
They should do a port.
It's like that girl with the she has like blonde hair, but it's like she goes this way and she has like the orange tips.
I have never seen that, but port it. There's like a whole list.
Or make a sequel.
There should be a division Nintendo just for ports and remasters. Like that's their sole job.
I feel like that would piss people off, even though I'd be okay with it.
Why would that piss people off?
Because you know, like some people they don't want like old games. They want like new games and whatnot.
But we get new games.
Yeah, that's why I wouldn't mind it. But
like my bank account don't lie. We get new games. Just have like, you know, division called the oldies division, or you know, whatever business term they come up with, and just have them work on remasters and ports and everything nostalgia. Like you go into the office and you just get hit by nostalgia.
I mean, like I said, I'd be okay with it. I just feel like if that article ever came out, like, oh, Nintendo opens up studios just for ports and remasters, like people are gonna be like,
yeah, but
like I feel like people are just gonna be mad at that.
They're gonna have to deal with me because that is BS. Why would you be mad? Then don't buy it. That's all. You know, the one thing I get a lot from Pokemon fans, Switch or Nintendo fans is, well, you don't have to buy it. It's not for you. So open up my way back, you know, team that works on ports and remasters. If you don't want it, it's not for you. That's what I heard a lot when the Switch Lite. It's not for me. You're right.
Well, I'll give myself credit on being consistent then, because I don't mind either one.
Yeah, well. Anyways, throwing shade aside, I love you all. Please don't hate me. The good news is we got to 16 likes. That means we're free to go. We're out
Yay!
of jail.
I'm free from the shackles.
Shackles?
The shackles of this podcast.
Sheesh. It's not that bad.
I'm just joking.
Name a gaming decision that people won't be mad at. See? Kiwi
Nothing.
throwing the facts. I like that. Put that on Twitter. I like it. Okay, well, we're gonna end it here since, you know, questions are done. I hope you guys enjoyed. I do have a announcement. Oh, an update. Channel update coming tomorrow. And yeah. So that wasn't very exciting, was it? No.
I mean, they got something to look forward to. Be good.
Yay! I'm gonna roll out my new membership stuff. That might not be the most creative thing, but I can't hire somebody to work on emotes and badges, but I had to. And I'll go into detail about that on the update.
Okay.
Anyways, Shifty, where can they find you?
But you can find me on Twitter at Shifty'sMe, because Twitter won't let me have the same name, my YouTube name, because Twitter's evil. And you can find my YouTube channel as I am Shifty. So, there you go. My next video is going to be a review off a game that comes out on the 15th, actually. So
he got that review code.
Yes, I got that review code. So, you know, good stuff.
All right, and that's it for this podcast, number 9, number 10. I'm gonna try to make it a little bit better because it's 10. It's a nice round double digit. I haven't made it to 10 in a podcast because remember I had the Snorlax Relax podcast. Didn't make it to 10. My other podcast did not make it to 10. This one is going to make it to 10, 11, 12, and 10,000. So be scared. Be scared. Be afraid. Be afraid.
I'm already afraid.
So, with all that being said, I hope you guys have a beautiful night. Play a good game. Stop bobbing your head, Shifty. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye. Oh, you can follow me on Twitter, MandyleePlays. You know it. Okay. Okay. Where is? Oh my gosh, where is the stop broadcast?